Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Woody Bendle here from Next Level Growth Strategies. This week's business tip was inspired by several conversations I had this past week with several really busy executives. The thing is, though, I actually have conversations that involve this topic nearly every week. And come to think of it, I probably have nearly every week going back throughout my entire career. But what really brought this to life this week was one specific conversation that was rescheduled several times. And when we did finally connect, we weren't 10 minutes into our Zoom call when he got interrupted by a message and he said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I've got to jump and take care of something. I'll shoot you a note to reschedule again." This has never happened to you, right? So do you think you might have an idea about where I'm going with this week's tip? I'm betting you're close, but stick around and make some time for this because if you could relate to my story just now, this week's tip is definitely for you. All right, welcome back everyone. Let's jump right on in. Let me ask you a quick question. What does your work calendar look like this week? I just heard a lot of groans right now. I get it. That's what happens when you get further up the food chain. It seems like everyone wants or needs some of your time. And if you're running a large organization, that's a lot of people. But even if you're not running a huge organization, I'm betting your calendar is pretty nutty. And there's a good chance you're double or triple or even quadruple booked at least once this week, am I right? Now I'm betting at times you feel like your calendar is running you as opposed to you controlling it. And regardless of how big your organization might be, this is a big problem that you need to fix right now for a number of reasons. First, you set the tone for your organization. If your calendar is a mess, you can bet everyone else's around you is as well. And this is killing productivity, killing morale, and destroying your company's culture. You need to lead by example. Fix your calendar. Second, you can't be your best version of you if you don't confidently have control of your time. Business is hard work. Mentally, it can take a lot out of you. And to deliver the best results, you need to be focused. And this means you have to minimize distractions that keep you from being at your best. If you're supposed to be in 3 places at the same time, I'll guarantee you're not 100% focused on the meeting that you're currently in. Third, leadership is about vision, prioritization, and delegation. And delegation needs to be one of your biggest priorities so you can spend more time focused on your organization's vision. If your calendar is a hot mess, you're not delegating enough. Look, you've got a leadership team for a reason. Delegation gives your leaders the opportunity to become better leaders, and it gives you the opportunity to focus on the priorities that will benefit most from your time and input. And last, leadership requires time for thought and reflection. You're being paid for your intellectual horsepower and your strategic ideas. It's nearly impossible to do any quality thinking if you're continually bouncing from meeting to meeting to meeting. Okay, so here's this week's business tip. Back in junior high, I had a history teacher who had an interesting and, as it turns out, a useful saying. Here it is. Don't do standing what you can do sitting. Don't do sitting what you can do lying down. Don't do lying down what you don't have to do at all. Now, I know it's sort of a goofy expression, and you might even think of it as the mantra for lazy people, but if you think about it, there is actual wisdom in this statement. And the wisdom in this statement is this question. Does this need to be done at all? And from my experience, too many people don't take the time to ask themselves this question. And as a leader, there are 2 additional questions you need to be continually asking. The first one's this. Do I need to be doing this? And the second is this. Could or should someone else be doing this? But it really comes back to the essence of my history teacher saying, does this even need to be done at all? Look, I know there is comfort in routine, and it seems every organization has its weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual rituals. Some of these are needed, and some of these actually need you. But keep in mind that time is finite. You have less time with every day that goes by. Your time is valuable. It's an asset, with an expiration date, by the way. And how you invest your time is no less important than how you invest your money. If you look at your calendar, can you honestly say that each of those 30 or 60-minute investments will yield the greatest return on your time for you and your organization? Do yourself and your organization a huge favor. Take a good look at your calendar each week and ask these 3 questions. Do I need to do this? Who else could be doing this? Does this even need to be done at all? And here's a bonus question for you to think about. What investment of my time will yield the greatest return? And when you come up with that answer, do more of that. So there you have it. That's this week's tip for getting your organization to its next level of profitable growth by creating clarity, alignment, and consistency. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Now, go free up some time on your calendar.